Today I will show you the lesson plan project that I have created. I have previously used part of this project for what I used to do every year for Pearl Harbor when we get close to that date. As I said, numerous times, I do teach a high school special education, a self-contained class. So typically our lessons are a lot more not as great appropriate for most high school students. So we do lend to more things like I'm going to show you today. But I did add a few things. Like I said, this is what I showed the students before we did in the last couple of weeks. This is what I just kind of showed them, what I kind of wanted. And like I said, this is just the nuts and bolts of it. But to start out with, like I said, we do a lot of what we call Epic Books, which is a website that has various types of books, audio books, normal books you can read, and the normal books can be read for you. And so we use this a lot because it does play into all my kids' strengths and weaknesses for that matter. But this one here is an audio book. It's from a series called I Survived, and this is the fourth installment of this right here. It's called I Survived the Bombing of Pearl Harbor. To begin the lesson, like I said, we would play this. I'm not going to play it right now, but we would just play this audio file. It's about a guy named Danny that's on the beach when Pearl Harbor happens. So it kind of gives the kids a little bit of a feeling about what happened that day, from this man's standpoint. We will then move on, and after we complete this, we'll talk about this for just a few minutes, ask some random questions. And, my students are going to have a little bit of knowledge of this, but, again, retaining knowledge with my students' level is always tough. So, we'll try to get what we can out of this. Then we'll move on to our Nearpod, and I do use Nearpod for a lot of things in my class. One of the two ways we'll do it, depending on the class. This class I have this year is fairly small and fairly more advanced than I typically have. So I'd probably do more of a student-paced version where they're actually doing it themselves. If I have another class that's struggling, I will do a live participation where this thing's on the board. They'll all enter through this code right here, and again I'm flying through this, but they're just we have all our essential questions. The thing that I like about the Nearpods for using this lesson is it does keep asking questions. There are 5 or 6 slides to kind of see where they're at. Are they learning? Do I need to go back and review? The other thing I like and the students really like about this is, and like I said, again, I'm skipping, is the virtual field trips. There's a lot of little slides in here. Like I said, I'll go to the next one that just show virtual field trips, and the guys and the girls can see what Pearl Harbor looks like, kind of like they were there. And they have a VR mode here as well, so you can see it like through goggles. So after this, and this could take a couple of days. I would like to divide this up into 2 days. I'd like to teach half of one day, stop, do some type of tick out the door or something. Then once that's the next day, start all over again. Maybe start from the middle of it and work back out. Because again, these can be kind of there are a lot of slides in some of these. I think this one's pushing about 30 slides. So, and once this is finished, I think the last activity, and we just started this a couple weeks ago. And again, this is a very simple. I have not done all the stuff I want my students to do with this one, but we have done a very simple Google tour here, a tour builder. And my students really like this because of the 3D stuff they can see. And it's pretty simple. And thank God, the location names and all that autofill once you get close to typing it. But the activity here is going to be starting from our high school, Everett County High School, and creating a tour builder, a tour from Pearl Harbor. And once I get to Pearl Harbor, I'm going to have some things on the board because I can't expect my kids to remember all this stuff, or even I'm not even going to teach all this stuff. But I'll have some of these things on the board that they can write in, like the Battleship Missouri Memorial, the Arizona Memorial, all that stuff where they can write it up here, add it. And then, like I said, I'd like to give them a little chance to describe some of the stuff they've learned about, at these different memorials or these sites. And then, like I said, this thing's going to be 3 or 4. I added, I think, 3 right here, just Pearl Harbor in general, the National Memorial, and then the Missouri. And then, like I said, after that, they're going to come back home. So this will be the culminating activity, and this will be how I kind of gauge, where they're at the completion of this unit.